All right, as we're learning more about the Commanders' new defensive coordinator, we did a little checking in with someone who knows him quite well.
Yeah, early in his coaching career, Daronte Jones was an assistant at Bowie State, and his relationship with the Bulldogs head coach has continued to this day.
Team insider JP Finlay is here now with more on his conversation with Damon Wilson. What do you have to say?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Damon Wilson's now the head coach at Morgan State, but Damon Wilson and Daronte Jones go way back. These are guys that have known each other for decades. And when Daronte Jones got the job, got the defensive coordinator position with the Washington Commanders, we reached out to Damon Wilson at Morgan State just for a little more insight on who he is as a person, who he is as a coach, and what Washington should expect. These guys go way back, and it clearly is important for both of them. Knowing that you and Daronte have had this relationship for some time, what was your reaction like when you heard the news that he got the job as the defensive play caller in Washington?
You know, as a guy that have known, like I said, known Daronte for a long time, really excited for him, man. He deserves it. He's earned it. You know, he's done things the right way. Worked together at Bowie State, and he's a guy that I've watched matriculate through this business, and he's earned everything he's received thus far. So really excited for him. Excited for the Commanders. You know, I'm a Washingtonian, so it's the home team. So I'm excited for these guys.
Like you said, I mean, he was on your staff at Bowie State and has gone on to jobs at every level, from Canada to the D coordinator at LSU. What can you tell us about the coach?
Oh, man, detailed guy, very organized, a guy that believes in perfection. He's real animated. You know, he's going to bring that extra enthusiasm to the locker room. He's a player's coach. He's going to get those guys to fly around and enjoy playing and enjoy doing things the right way. So, like I said, he's going to bring an exciting brand of defense to Washington.
How excited was he when you talked to him?
I'm super excited. You know, he'll be here with his mom and his grandmom. They'll be able to see him, you know, a lot more often now. And I think he's going to have that extra chip once again on his shoulder just to make sure that he's representing the right way, and he understands the magnitude of it. You know, he's one of the few guys that graduated from an HBCU that has an opportunity to be a coordinator of one of 32 teams in the National Football League. So that's a big deal. You know, I think we graduate folks at a high level in a number of professions, but now, you know, you're starting to see certain folks get hired at the highest level, and it is just good to see.
So obviously there's a lot of really cool local ties, and it's a very cool story for HBCUs everywhere that Daronte Jones is now a defensive coordinator. But I asked around with league sources and folks inside the facility in Ashburn. They absolutely believe he's the best candidate for the job. The word is he nailed his interviews with Dan Quinn. And when you hear Dan Quinn talk about defense, he wants his defenders to arrive violently. Well, if you look at where Daronte Jones has been and some of the other defensive coordinators he's worked under, Vance Joseph, Mike Zimmer, and most recently in Minnesota with Brian Flores, that's what those defenses do. They take the fight to the offense. They don't let the offense dictate the terms. I think you're going to see a much more aggressive, more blitzing style of defense. And frankly, Washington was giving up big plays when they were laying back and trying to figure out what the offense was doing. They got to try something different. And I think this is an exciting hire because Daronte Jones has done it the right way. I mean, he's coached at every level of football, from Bowie State to Canada to LSU, all over the NFL. You never know what you get. He's never done this before, but that doesn't mean he can't do it at a really high level.
We're excited. Real quick, you shaved. Did that mean your streak got plowed?
We got plowed. We got plowed, had to shave. Baby face is back.
Very good.
Good look, JP.
Thank you, guys.
All right.